never leave this.
Dead Letters, Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
What the devil?
Charles Dickens needs the help of the Fry twins to solve London's many supernatural mysteries. Invariably, they're all proven to be hoaxes, but the second mission, Dead Letters, sees the twins rescue a woman in the midst of being kidnapped, hijacking the carriage, and bringing her to safety. When the carriage is opened, it's empty save for a mysterious letter.
Where are you?
The mission ends with them supposedly waking up from sleep. Or was it the influence of the supernatural? The game leaves this a fun mystery to debate.
What on earth has happened?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
The Ark of the Covenant, Assassin's Creed.
Need you to fix the cannons on the battlements.
Leave me be. I do not begin repairs before noon.
In the Bible, the ornate Ark of the Covenant contains the tablets that the original 10 Commandments are written on. You're probably most familiar with it because of its role as the MacGuffin in Raiders of the Lost Ark, but it also has a cameo appearance at the beginning of the very first Assassin's Creed game. Altair sees it in Solomon's temple during the tutorial, and then it promptly disappears forever.
Ezio.
May I try one?
Yes, but... Go on, tell him. We cannot seem to make them work properly, and...
The series has decided to never explain what it actually is or why it was only there for the intro sequence, though we can assume that it's probably just another Isu relic. Why are they all British? Assassin's Creed Unity.
I charge you to go to Notre Dame de Paris, and to find there the Templar agent, Charles Gabriel Siver.
In one of the most baffling creative decisions in the entire franchise, Assassin's Creed Unity went to France and decided that all the Parisians needed to have British accents for some reason. It was explained by the game's creative director, who said that the Animus was translating everything into English. He said it wouldn't make sense for them to have French accents, despite the fact that every other Assassin's Creed has characters speak English with a native accent.
I think it's best I leave Firenze.
Where will you go?
My uncle Mario owns a villa near Monteriggioni.
Altair's voice was even retconned in later games because he spoke with an American accent in the first one.
Climbing the walls! Signor! Forget the cat! You must stop there!
Most of the voice actors themselves also aren't British, and they also have voice lines in French from time to time that don't get translated by the Animus. None of it makes sense, Ubisoft.
Where would man be if he never had to ask questions? If everything he could ever want to know was simply handed to him?
Eagle Vision, Various. Just what is Eagle Vision exactly? In the older games, it's simply your helpful detective vision overlay, revealing hidden clues and showing who's an enemy, ally, and target. But it's also some kind of superpower that Desmond is able to inherit via the bleeding effect and the Animus. And then in Assassin's Creed Origins, we find out that Bayek's pet eagle Senu is his Eagle Vision, giving him a bird's eye view of the environments. This continued with Icaros and, stranger yet, Eivor's bird, Sinan, who's actually a raven and not an eagle at all. Supposedly, it's caused by humans possessing Isu DNA, but it's still not been explained how it transferred from actual birds to people. Do the birds have Isu ancestors as well? Pyramid Hidden Room, Assassin's Creed Origins. The mystery of how Ubisoft predicted the future remains, even a few years on. When it comes to iconic pieces of architecture, Ubisoft is always careful to be as accurate as possible. After all, it's the famous landmarks that truly give the worlds their authenticity. But they took that a step further by adding a secret, hidden chamber inside the Great Pyramid of Giza, a chamber that was discovered for real right after the game released. Ubisoft actually credits the in-depth research they did on the archaeology of the pyramids, or maybe they've just got a crystal ball they can consult. Although, if that were the case, they'd probably have delayed Assassin's Creed Unity. Leaving Desmond's Body, Assassin's Creed 3.
Son, you know it's true.
It's already started. I need to do this now. So go.
Another bizarre plot decision. At the end of Assassin's Creed 3, with the apocalypse averted, Desmond Miles is forced to release Juno. He saves the world, at least in the short term, but dies in the process. By this point, Desmond is already one of the most powerful and knowledgeable members of the Brotherhood, but his allies, including his father, decide to just leave his body behind in the vault.
The world is saved. You played your part well, Desmond.
It's supposedly so that they can get away from Juno, but Desmond's body quickly falls into the hands of the Templars, which is how we keep seeing the memories of his ancestors despite his death. But this messy plot contrivance just doesn't make sense and is never properly explained. Ubisoft just couldn't think of another way to continue the story.
Thanks to the cloud database and the work of Abstergo Sample Recovery Unit 3, the legacy of Subject 17 will continue uninhibited as Sample 17.
Eivor's death. Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
You're a long way from home, Eivor.
Layla, Sean, and Rebecca spend AC Valhalla in a secluded corner of Vinland in modern-day North America, upstate New York to be specific. Some people thought the Dawn of Ragnarok DLC would explain how and why Eivor decided to go to Vinland, but this isn't the case. Of course, Vikings did land in Vinland, but the game never explains why Eivor decides to go so far away from home or how they died over there.
Will you spare my clan?
Venin, no! Pick up your axe!
Kill them all!
No!
Then again, the game also couldn't be bothered to decide what gender Eivor is. While this provided more player choice, it does bring into question how powerful the Animus is. It can recreate memories from thousands of years ago, but it can't determine gender?
You will never leave this.
Was Lucy a traitor? Various.
Get up. Let's go.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna need a second.
There isn't time, Desmond. We have to leave.
Technically, this is a mystery that's already been solved, but for a few years it was still the biggest topic of debate among Assassin's Creed fans. Desmond assassinates Lucy at the end of Brotherhood under the control of Minerva, and it took multiple games for them to address whether she was a double agent. Apparently, yes, but this was a footnote in Revelations and not something Ubisoft thought should be properly explained.
Lucy, this is where your background comes into play. If our experiments with Desmond and the Animus aren't going well, you will remove him from Abstergo.
But still, fans of Lucy and Kristen Bell might wonder, was she really a traitor? The game says yes, but could this all be the assassins trying to retroactively justify a tragedy? What's also a mystery is why precisely Kristen Bell left the franchise. Was she fired? Did she leave on bad terms? It's not clear.
Knowing that the Templars still exist, what they're planning.
What's done is done, Desmond. You're here now, and that's what matters.
The Reader, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Layla. Hello.
You know me?
Yes. Through the calculations I read here in the gray.
We're sure Ubisoft will get to answering this mystery in a future game, unlike many others, but at the moment, it's still confounding. After Desmond's death, he was brought into a digital afterlife called the Grey, created by the Isu. After not appearing in a game for 8 years, Desmond was back, now an entity made of golden light called the Reader.
I see. An interesting idea. Fascinating.
Layla Hassan also abandoned her mortal shell at the end of the game to stay in the Grey forever. We really hope Ubisoft explains exactly how Desmond has become this strange godlike creature in just 8 years, as he spends his time hunting for a way to apparently avert the extinction of humanity.
How do you mean?
What if you went back further, to 2012 when Desmond saved the world?
Desmond.
What the Templars want. Various.
Rebecca, what's going on?
I have to run some diagnostics. I'll get back to you.
The Templars very rapidly became a vague, shadowy enemy with cryptic motivations that get even more obscure as the game goes on. Though during Desmond's story arc, we know that the Templars are trying to launch a satellite to mind control the entire world. After this point, it's really not clear. They want the pieces of Eden for their own nefarious purposes, presumably more mind control, but they're given less and less motivation as time goes on.
Conclude your training, and the final briefing will occur upstairs. May the Father of Understanding guide you.
Even in the historical setting, as opposed to the modern day, the Templars are now just evil and power-hungry for the sake of it. They don't really have an ideology beyond greed and murder anymore.
From this day forward, we monitor your every move. Welcome to the fold, Master Templar.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, there's more where that came from.